I suppose a brief killing spree would break up the monotony.
Oh, Dawngate. You will be missed. It's a damn shame that the development has been discontinued. But let's not focus on the negativity. Let's cherish what we once had, and let's look to the fond memories like this match. It was arguably the best match I have ever played in this game. And for many reasons. As you can see here, I pretty much instantly locked in Kindra. Because at that point I was very keen on playing her, and this is the match where I really got her to shine. I am playing her in a very dangerous role. The Predator rewards you for getting kills and assists. However, if you do not get kills or assists, you just fall further and further behind, because people, most of them playing other roles probably, will simply get the additional vim and you will be stuck with not getting it. And if you take the risks necessary to pull off the role of a Predator, you will likely either succeed or fail. You will either kill or get killed. And if you get killed, you are getting even further behind, because people are getting experience from killing you and you are not getting the bonus experience or the base experience for killing them, which is horrible. Experience aside, you can get bonus vim for killing spiritual workers, which in itself is a very dangerous venture. You have to go to the enemy spirit well and kill the workers and get out alive for it not to be a net loss for you and the team. Of course, the people I have are also not to be discounted. I need a good team to pull this off. And most importantly, I need a good laning partner. I need someone I can trust to take the blows for me, to protect me, to keep me safe, because my character, Kindra, is very fragile, very weak.
I shall watch with great interest, darling. Impress me.
She's an assassin, a melee assassin, or however you would prefer to characterize her. Her attacks are melee. Her abilities do have some range, but also allow her to get in there, close the distance and deal the damage. Her Q allows her to regenerate some health. The more targets she hits, I think, the more different targets she hits in the latest patch. In the earlier patches it was how many of her tiny little needles actually hit whatever target. Doesn't have to be different necessarily. And it works just the way you see it working. Her W unleashes some damage around her. Her E allows her to teleport behind people, whether friends or foes. If it's friends, it doesn't deal damage. If it's foes, it obviously does. And her ultimate allows her to close the distance and deal a lot of damage. Repeatedly, you can recast it up to 3 or 4 times, I think. The beginning of this game isn't really all that amazing. I'm losing a lot of health, I'm almost down to half, and I haven't really done anything. But fortunately, laning with me is a tank. A really tanky tank. Well, perhaps not the tankiest of tanks, but a tank that relies on CC and ground control, so he has some stuns, some disables in general. He has a slow, he has something that knocks people up, you know, the usual things. So it's a different sort of tank than simply one who has a lot of health. I used my spell already because I wanted to regenerate some health without going back to the base, and of course I will have to wait 3 minutes for it to regenerate, but I figured since it's so early on in the game, I'd better use it now for whatever it can provide for me. And it also made the enemies back away from me a little bit. Kel, the tank that is with me, is extremely low on health. But I also got the King of Masks extremely low, although I did not manage to kill him because I'm trying to play it safe. I'm trying not to die. I don't even have my E yet, so I have no escapes basically. There's no way for me to uncommit. Once I commit, it's pretty final. I could have killed her, I could have killed Michaela, probably. But I almost certainly would have died doing so. So I've decided it's better just to call it a draw, walk away. The first item I've bought was actually hunger, which gives me lifesteal, or life leech as it's called here. Incredibly important. I need to be dealing the damage, I need to be killing people, I need to stay alive. And what better way to stay alive than to convert the damage you deal into life you regain. And it also gives me some additional damage later on when I upgrade it, so that's a bonus too, I guess.
So tedious.
I suggest welding the bush close to us, but unfortunately Kel has his world on cooldown, so he cannot do so. Which is perfectly understandable, but unfortunate, because now both of our bushes are unwarded and there's... well, there may be anything in them. And if I get jumped at, it could end in a tragedy.
I know just where they go.
So I want the bush that is further away from us, because I think that's more important. Because if we get jumped at from the closest bush, from the bush closer to us, closer to the tower, we are closer to the tower. We can likely get back, unless someone walks all the way around just to get in that bush once we are out of position and just pinces us with someone else, which would be unfortunate and scary.
My little toy.
At this point I'm only level 3, and the King of Masks is level 4, so that's kinda intimidating and unfortunate. I don't have any kills yet, but it seems that Michaela has overextended a tiny little bit. But fortunately for her, she does have escapes on her. A single escape. Built in into an ability. So she gets away and stays safe, close to the binding god, tower, or whatever you want to call it. Basically, they are in a very defensive position right now. They can't really do much. And I'm free to kill the little minions and get some vim on me. I'm at half health at this point, which is pretty dangerous, but Moya is nearby. Although she's heading towards the other lane, so I shouldn't count on her all that much for any sort of ganking potential on our side. But both the King of Masks and Michaela are low on health, and while they are approaching us, it was a nice try, you gotta admit, and if I had camera lock turned on, I might have gotten a kill. This is unfortunate. This is before I figured out that having the camera locked on your character can be beneficial at times, and it should sometimes really be done. If you are chasing someone down with a melee character, yes, please, have the camera locked. And here's Salus. He has ventured into this lane to help the King of Masks and Michaela out. His ult is, of course, a slow and, if you're close enough to him when he does it, a stun as well. So we have to be extremely careful. And he has a built-in root. Fortunately, he is the enemy team's jungler, so he will probably be busy in the jungle for most of the game. Of course, he will come out for any ganks possible if he's close enough, but we don't have to worry about him as a constant threat in the lane, at the very least. I have become powerful enough to kill the minions with my abilities very quickly, which pleases me. It's always nice to see minions die with little to no effort on your part. Of course, I have my E now as well, which allows me to teleport to my good friend Kel here, to teleport behind his back whenever I need it. And I will not hesitate to dive under the tower just to use my E to teleport back behind Kel. I keep using my Q to both poke and regain some health for myself. They are no longer on the defensive, even though they have a lot less health than we do. So Kel asks, who should we kill first? And I go for Michaela. King of Masks ults, and Michaela is down! Salus jumps out of the bushes, and I get hurt quite a lot, and signal to Kel that we should probably quit while we are winning and just take what we have taken and leave alive.
Give ground.
Of course, I can generate my health quite well with both hunger and my built-in lifesteal. So I can regen in the lane. Although I should probably at some point go back to buy items, as I have almost 2000 Vim at this point. And my life is extremely low, so now might be as good of a time as any to go back. There's one guy in the lane, Troll Guard, playing as Kel, is heading back, and Moya is hanging out in the vicinity of the lane, so the binding should be safe.
They must be driven off.
Of course, hunger is kinda crappy compared to desire. Desire gives me a flat 10% of lifesteal. And I will be building it to a 3rd level item later on, obviously. Also, desire gives me more power. And more of something else. Obviously upgrading is better than keeping the level 1 item. So now the 3 of us are here, and we can try to gank the King of Masks, although he's too crafty to be taken by surprise so easily. And he's got a built-in escape and abilities that actually deter pursuing. Like his Endless Delights that dropped he just dropped his ult on us, completely uselessly. He did not accomplish anything, and now it's on cooldown. And we can try to get Michaela. She used her escape. I won't get the King of Masks, but we will definitely get Michaela. I tried to reactivate my ult, but I simply failed. I would have to dive under a binding and stay there for an extended period of time. I could have gotten the King of Masks, and I would have felt a lot safer had I had my camera locked on my character, but with the way things were, it just felt too risky. Here's Salus. And there's still the 3 of us here, so we might try to deal some more damage. Because otherwise I would really want to head to the Spirit Well and kill some workers, because that gives me bonus Vim. I know I'm last hitting her, which is giving me a bit of Vim, but I'm not a gladiator, I'm not supposed to be last hitting to get bonus Vim. They just caught me, slowed me down, I got slowed down by Salus's ult. I use my spell, turn back on them and try to fight. Will I get Salus? I tried, but I don't have my ult.
Capably done, darling.
And just by a fluke, just by a twitch of hand that I did not intend to work out this way, I actually got the kill on the King of Masks. It honestly was not my intention, but it looked pretty badass, pretty pro. And now I'm back to killing minions. To regen health, to get some Vim, for a multitude of reasons. And I feel safe just diving here, dealing some damage, and diving back out using my E. Of course it is on quite a long cooldown, but fortunately I don't have to worry about mana.
So tedious.
I can freely cast my abilities without worrying about any sort of resource. The only thing I have to worry about are cooldowns. And of course my health, which I can replenish using my Q and using my basic attacks as well, using pretty much anything because of desire I have bought. On top of the regular lifesteal I have on my Q. Something is happening in the other lane, but
villain has been slain.
I don't have the time to pay attention to that. And I communicate to Kel that I have to go back to buy items because I have almost 3000 and I buy Passion. Passion gives me additional lifesteal and abilities. I definitely should not construct all of these run-on sentences just held in conjunction by ands. But you know, improvising is kinda tough on the mind.
They must be driven off.
Especially for a foreigner, oh duh. But I shouldn't be measured by such standards, I should be treated just as every other guy. Well, what do we have here? They're extremely low on health, but they feel so confident about just barging in. Almost diving our bindings. It's ridiculous. I hate getting hit by these things, these tentacles. Ugh. Well, no shocker there. Fortunately, I can use my E to escape them.
Easy kill.
And I get to kill these minions. Because I need the Vim.
Maybe there.
I really do. And since I do need the Vim, I could head over here to the Spirit World to kill some workers. This gives me additional Vim. And it also provides an opportunity to disrupt the economy of our enemies. I should probably head back because they will notice this and they will not be pleased. Had I stayed there, they might have ambushed me, pincered me from both sides,
That is
just
not
killed me.
theirs to touch. Where do you suppose the little blue creatures go?
It's fairly hard to judge, especially if you don't have the entire area worlded, so... I guess I will just dart in at times, kill some spiritual workers and then dart out. I do have an escape, I know that, but it's not reliable in such circumstances. It relies on me jumping behind someone. Here we have Salus engaging on me. I jump behind Kel and he pops his spell so that I can get away quickly, but I don't need to. I do not get hit by the tentacles. The King of Masks uses his ult completely needlessly, he wastes it basically. But now I get caught and have to use my E to escape, and I need the body block, because otherwise the projectiles, the coins from Michaela would have killed me. That was hell ult, and it almost got me. Had it not been for Kel standing in the way, saving my life, basically. I am extremely grateful that he did so. Right, time to head back to the lane, and I hope that Moya gets to survive through this. She almost did not, holy cow. But look how far ahead we are. I'm at level 11, these guys are at level 10. And Michaela not so long ago was at level, what, 8? 3 levels behind? It's horrible, it's just...
Look out!
It's advantageous.
Too slow.
They do have some balls, I have to say this much. I use my ult to get this guy. And I almost do, but I get rooted by Salus. And I do not have the courage, the insane courage, to dive the tower just to secure the kill. Because I would have almost certainly died with Salus up. I mean, had it only been the King of Masks, I might have tried, but... not with another guy. Especially one that can lock me in place. Just root me. You could say that I've wasted my ult, but I prefer to think of it as saving my own life by not making dumb moves. And here we have Michaela at level 9, with me at level 12. 3 levels ahead, that's pretty decent, isn't it? At this point I start wondering, well, the hell is my laning partner, where's Kel, where's everyone? And I guess they are fighting in the other lane as a team, you know, it's a team fight and I missed it due to my own inattentiveness. I hate when such things happen, it just goes to show that sometimes I am not as map aware as I should. I can miss these things if people don't explicitly ping them to me. I mean, I try my best, I really do. I'm not the sort of individualist that you sometimes see in games. Doesn't give a damn about what others are doing and just does his own thing. But either way, I felt silly missing that team fight. That's the bottom line. And here,
the spirit one's power is full.
I ult the King of Masks. Ult him again to catch him, and we get Michaela as well.
What's this?
Sorry about that.
pleasure.
Renzo will protect you.
We have the parasites buff,
How dull.
and 2 of them down. We should make use of the buff and of the current advantage, but how? We could probably start by clearing the lanes of enemy minions, but that's not a lot to do. So Kel suggests, hey, why don't we, you know, take the spirit well, the thing that makes Dawngate unique, the thing that provides resources for the enemy team and could provide for ours. So I go though, figuring that suits me just as well, if not better than anyone else on my team. I'm the predator. I get bonus win for killing these little things. Much closer as things are about to get insane. Salus pokes us with his Q. Ashabel attacks us, which triggers an attack on her. All the ults come off, and Ashabel is gone. Here we have the King of Masks and Salus. I use my E instead of my Q on the King of Masks and almost die because of it. Horrible mistake that fortunately did not end with me dying. Cerulean ults. I Q him to get some health, and we get out there and try to kill him. And we do. Even Kel gets out alive. All of us are still alive, 4 of them are down. And I ping to get the hell out of here while we are still alive, all 5 of us. Because we've done marvelously back there. But we should just capitalize on this advantage, not die in the process. Even though there is just 1 guy left alive on the team. And again, camera lock, etc, etc.
None shall dance there again.
A binding of those goes down. And notice we still do not have the spirit well captured. All this commotion just stopped us from doing so. We almost got it back then, but we didn't. So let's do it now.
Don't trouble yourselves now.
All of them are back alive, so we should probably play it safe right now. And since I have over 3,500 Vim, I go and buy Decay. Decay is amazing because every time I use an ability on an opponent, it applies a dot, a 3-second dot that deals 6% of the maximum health as damage. That's amazing. That's on top of any damage that my abilities deal. So keep that in mind. Of course, this also works for recasting my ultimate, mind you. So 3 casts of my ultimate is 18% in damage over time. And there are of course my other abilities and basic attacks to boot. So that's a lot of damage. Also, it allows me to gather stacks by killing minions. And I believe spiritual workers as well. So each stack allows me to get a little boost in power. The more stacks I have, the bigger the boost. The game masks ults again, but fortunately I have my E. So I don't just get stuck there, killed by Asha's ult. And Ashabel is now in trouble. Of course, her Tempest stance helps her separate from us. Pushes us back.
There is a disturbance in the wood. Quite rude.
And pretty much gets away. And our spirit well has been captured in the meantime. Of course, the King of Masks knows what I'm about to do, and he intercepts me. Alright, I need to help my team. They are running away, regrouping here in the middle. So let me just engage. Cerulean ults, and I will ult as well. Because why the hell not? Cerulean's dead.
Wear you out already.
Renzo, friend to all children.
I just adore these characters. Well, too bad I won't get a chance to interact with them anymore.
Give ground.
Keep in mind the Troll God is currently dealing with a real-life emergency, so he's not with us. There's only 4 of us. And 4 of their guys are still left alive, which means we're on even footing. There's as many of us as there are of them. They ult! All the ults go down. I jump behind Salus, use my E, use my abilities to jump behind everyone else and kill Asha and Michaela alongside my team. And as the smoke comes down, It's just me and Moya left alive.
Poor
4 of them are down, well, 3 of them now. The guy who originally was dead is now back, but that was an amazing team fight, don't you think? And Moya is barely alive because she tried to jungle here. She didn't really have the health to do so, so we need to get away and regroup. Fortunately, Trollguard is back, Curl is back, and I take Valor.
A bit tragic, don't you think?
Valor is really nice because when you get low on health, it provides you with a shield. The shield is temporary, it's for a very short time, but when you're burst oriented, like my character is, like Kindra is, it's precisely what you need. It's the difference between dealing these few final blows and dying before you get the chance to do so.
So tedious.
We get the bright idea of trying to kill the parasite right now while one of the guys is dead, but it gets warded. It's still walled, so they know they are here. And even if they're not, even if not all of them are here, they will be to contest the parasite. So all the ults go off once again. I barely get out of the range of that dragon. And I try to go around, but I go the wrong way. Instead of going down and up, I go up and then down. I try to help my team, but I get ruined by Salus again. But fortunately, I can use my E and my W and my Q. All these things. And now I can get back to Salus. I use my ult, recast it and recast it again. So Salus is down now. And I would love to get to the King of Masks, but unfortunately he evades me, throwing everything he has just to deter any pursuit. But so many of our guys are still left alive. I mean, 4 of us are left alive compared to 2 of them, so we might try to get the parasite. But apparently my team is not really willing to do so, not really willing to try. But at the very least Renzo should teleport back to the base. It's not safe for him to be here so low on health.
Maybe there.
And I should probably do so as well, because I have just enough Vim to buy Ambition. And Ambition allows me to deal more damage the lower on health I am. And it also gives me a flat bonus to life drain.
Disturbance in the wood.
In other words, I regen even more health. It also, I think, gives me a bonus to power, which is always welcome. And of course, the bonus to power, the less health I have at the moment. Which, coupled with Valor, means that I hit a point where I'm low on health, I get a shield, and I still get the bonus. And basically become an unstoppable killing machine. While also being tempting for the opponents. I mean, it's such a tasty treat to see a Kindra low on health. If you can eliminate her, if you can snipe her down. But that's not gonna happen with me. We all regroup here in the bottom lane. We really don't have much of a plan. The parasite has respawned, but their entire team is still up, so it wouldn't be exactly safe to try and get it. But here's Salus, whom we try to kill, but fail to do so, because we would have to dive another tower, and I'm not willing to commit that much. So a plan comes to my mind. A solid plan that tends to work some of the time, as long as your opponents are naive enough. But when it does work, it's amazing. I just suggested to my team, hey, let's go hide in the bush. They'll never see us coming. And here's Cerulean, strolling along. He ults me and my team just comes out to greet him. I get out of the dragon's range, and we get Asha as a bonus. To give credit where it's due to an excellent ult by Renzo. And of course Salus wants to catch up to us for whatever reason. Alright, I'll take that, I'll take you. Down. And so 3 of them are down. Now what could we possibly want to do with such an advantage? Why, we should get a bigger advantage. We should kill the parasite to extend our lead even further. Because let's be honest, pushing without minions isn't as fun as killing the parasite.
Execute.
Let's do it. This is of course back in the day when killing the parasite gave the parasite buff. So many patches have changed so many things, but at this point it doesn't really matter now, does it? Hell is almost dead, but fortunately the parasite goes down before he does. Now we have the buff. And I should probably head back and buy something, because I have almost 2,500 Vim. What could I possibly want? Something to give me lower cooldowns and faster attacks. And faster movement speed. I could have probably went for something like potency, because my E is cast on a single target, and potency means that things you cast on a single target also from time to time on a cooldown cause a lightning strike that deals quite a bit of damage. But whatever, I go with motion, I'm not gonna question my past self here. It was a nice choice. Besides, I like the movement speed on Kindra. She needs to close the distance, so why the hell not? Just to be safe, I walled this area, and I proceed to kill the workers. Because that gives me bonus Vim, as you know. I cannot capture the Spirit Well, because it has been captured too recently by the enemy team. It will soon be available for capture, but I don't think we're willing to wait that long. I think we're hell-bent on just attacking their base. Of course, they will be coming from the bushes. They will be here soon. And so they attack us. Salus roots me, he ults, slowing down Renzo. But we regroup. Not a problem. And I get ulted by Cerulean, which causes my team to initiate the team fight. We get Salus, and we get Cerulean. And now we're chasing down Michaela.
You lowered a bind.
We get her.
You may have earned
So now we only have Ashabel left. Wait, no, I'm sorry, there's also the King of Masks, Samuel. He's still alive, not quite dead yet. We haven't really seen him. Oh, there he is. But I'm not too interested. I mean, they can just keep playing cat and mouse with us. And there's no point. We just need to kill these little calls and attack the Guardian to end the game. So if they're not willing to engage, we will just kill the Guardian. And if they are willing to engage, we will just kill them. There's just no winning from this position. The King of Masks goes down, and there are 4 of them down. If only Ashabel alive, in the locust, in the base. Now the Guardian is vulnerable. So we get to finish in style, although I could get a few more kills before we finish. You know, it's not that I need to, it's not that it's necessary for the team, it's just fun.
Bravo, my daughter. I shall dedicate my next performance to you.
Wasn't disappointing.
I have to agree with Kindra, that lovely sadistic shaper of mine. This wasn't disappointing indeed. 12 kills, 0 deaths. I think it was a fine match. Goodbye, guys.